Hey, Wiser here, and I am going to give you my predictions for the 2017 Royal Rumble. Now, this is a prediction before I get to see Monday Night Raw, before I see if somebody like The Undertaker is going to make an announcement that he'll be on the show. Right now, in my mind, I'm assuming that The Undertaker is going to be on the show and in the Royal Rumble. Let me just make sure I get that out of the way. So here we go. More content. That's what you pay for, right?
They don't pay you shit, Wiser.
All right, let's get on with it. So I compiled in my mind a list of about 5 people that I could make a strong case for winning the Royal Rumble. But I could also make a case for them and just completely crumple it up into a ball and throw it in the trash. And that's what I'm going to do. I have a list. Now, this is not a list of people that I want to see win this thing. This is more so a list that I could see Vince getting a hard on over. So let me actually type in his name before I forget. Bam, here we go. So, in no particular order, this is not like a top 5 who I think is going to win the Royal Rumble list. It's not like that. This is just me throwing out my thoughts. You know, just completely unfiltered. Maybe slightly edited if I start pausing in between. But who cares about that stuff? Let's get into this. I just want you to hear my thoughts. And as we come closer to the Royal Rumble, I'll make like a real prediction video on who I think is going to win it. But this is just a pre-gimmick. Now, my list is simple. Real simple list. And this is, again, what I can see Vince being in favor of. And I'm going to throw the names out there. I'm trying to warn you. You're not really ready for this list of names I have right here. Because WWE, this year, the Royal Rumble is just wide open until tonight when we see whether or not The Undertaker is going to announce that he's going to be in the Royal Rumble. Right now, it's just wide open, and it hasn't been like this for a long time. For years, it hasn't been like this. We've been knowing that Roman Reigns was going to win. We knew Batista was going to win. We knew Triple H was going to be winning. We knew who these winners were going to be because the storyline was in that direction already. So there's several ways that the WWE can go about this particular Royal Rumble. And one could be if you want to build a new star. You know, if you want to take a shot in the dark, if you want to take the chance, you can do it with this Royal Rumble because it's so wide open. Or if you want a big name in a marquee matchup, again, you can do it with this Royal Rumble. Or if you want to have that fantasy match that takes place at Wrestlemania for a title, the biggest stage of them all, just a really good match, you can get that with this Royal Rumble. And those are all the things that I thought about when making, just this list of 5 people. That's just what I thought about. And I'm going to tell you who the 5 people are. No particular order, once again. We have The Undertaker, Bill Goldberg. Now, here's where we get a little off course. Y'all not going to feel me on this, but again, I can make a strong case, and I can also throw these cases all in the garbage. Baron Corbin, Braun Strowman, and Randy Orton. This is not favoritism. I promise you it's not favoritism. Hear me out. Let's start with Braun Strowman, because I just want to get it out of the way. This is not favoritism. Yeah, I know I'm a fan of the Braun Strowman, but I promise you it's not favoritism. I really feel like Vince McMahon is high on the Braun Strowman. And let's not forget there were rumors circulating that he wanted a match with Braun Strowman and Undertaker in last year's WrestleMania. So it wouldn't be too far-fetched that we could see Vince McMahon jerking off to Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns this year at WrestleMania. Which, oh God, if they do that, good Lord, help them. Baron Corbin, like I said, if you want to create a star, that would be your shot at doing it. You could put the Baron and the Corbin to win this thing, have them at WrestleMania. Now, here's another thing that you got to think about. The winner of this doesn't necessarily have to main event WrestleMania. You just get a title shot. So let's say that there's a Braun Strowman or a Baron Corbin that wins this thing. See, now here's where I take the idea, the strong argument that they may have, and throw it in the garbage. You may, say one of those 2 guys win it, they don't main event, right? Say Braun Strowman or Baron Corbin wins. All right, cool. And then you can have, like, all right, Baron Corbin, he would go against the SmackDown champion. If it's Baron Corbin, it's very likely not going to be John Cena. And then you're going to have John Cena and Undertaker. You can have Undertaker and John Cena as the main event of WrestleMania, with the stipulation of this being the Undertaker's retirement match. Same go with Strowman. If he's the winner, again, that's not going to main event it. They're not going to close the show with one of those two guys. But if you feature them predominantly, it helps that they do win this Royal Rumble, because they do get that feature, and that's the thing that matters the most. But again, you can main event with John Cena and The Undertaker in a retirement match. Then we can go the route of Goldberg. This one is a lot more far-fetched, because they want to go Goldberg versus, what's that boy named? Brock Lesnar at Mania. But I could see them probably doing something else, like Brock Lesnar and Goldberg at another pay-per-view, whatever that what is it, Fastlane that's coming up? Is it Fastlane, or did they already do whatever, Elimination Chamber, whatever the fuck pay-per-view. They got so many of them. They could do it there, and then you could do Goldberg versus the Roman and the Reigns at WrestleMania. That's an option as well. So I kind of made a case for it, and I kind of threw it in the garbage at the same time. Throwing it in the garbage would pretty much mean Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg at WrestleMania. That's why I don't see this happening. But again, I could see it happening because, again, Vince McMahon with the erection of the Roman and the Reigns against Goldberg, I can see that happening. And that's actually a match I wouldn't mind seeing. I wouldn't mind seeing it at WrestleMania as well. So now let's look at Orton. If Orton wins this thing, obviously AJ Styles is going to beat Cena. AJ Styles has wanted Randy Orton since the moment he got to WWE. He has stated it plenty of times. He wants a match with Randy Orton. And that's a match that I believe can deliver. I think it'll be a fantastic match if they mesh well together. You could look at AJ Styles and Jericho, and that's probably a match that both of those guys wanted. But after their first match, they didn't exactly mesh well, especially for those following 3 matches. Good Lord, that was not good. Now, the problem with this is the whole Wyatt thing. Does Randy Orton win at the Royal Rumble, and he has the one-up on Bray Wyatt, and now he's seen as the top guy, and maybe that's the friction between him and Bray? Who knows? But in order for them to have that story where AJ is going to be taking out Orton, that's going to cause a rift with that Wyatt family connection. And who knows, maybe at WrestleMania, an Orton can take down an AJ Styles with the help of a Wyatt family. I could actually see AJ Styles being a complete babyface at WrestleMania. I really could, especially once I tell you guys how I'm going to end this thing. So let's look at The Undertaker. Let's make the case for The Undertaker. Schleg Daddy, he made a complete video on The Undertaker winning the Royal Rumble. And while I agree with a lot of the points, Undertaker's a huge draw. That's Texas. They're going to be at the Alamo Dome. So having Taker win there, that's big time. And Undertaker going into WrestleMania for a title match, while it probably won't be the best match, and obviously it will be against Cena. But what I would like to see Undertaker versus AJ Styles versus Cena. I want to see a triple threat with the two. Because the obvious route is Undertaker and Cena, right? But I really believe that AJ Styles could help that match a lot. Because if it's just John Cena and Undertaker, dear God save us, that's not going to be an entertaining match whatsoever. But I can see it happening, and I can see intrigue in that. I can see it drawing money, or I can at least see it drawing interest from people. Now, people are, that Cena's gonna beat Undertaker. If it's like, all right, title versus career. Ooh, I just came off the cuff with that one. Title versus career, I can see it happening. There's intrigue there. Now we know who's gonna win it, but you would obviously want to see it. Just for that stipulation. Title versus career. That's fucking fire. But you don't even need the title on the line for that, which is why we could throw this in the garbage. You don't need the title for that. Career versus Cena is good enough. You don't need the title for that. Which is why I could say I don't want The Undertaker to win this, because whatever he does with John Cena no title needs to be involved because it's John Cena versus The Undertaker. Like, it's just name value. It's going to draw attention. Without a doubt, it's going to draw attention. Especially if you put the stipulation of the career on the line, it's going to draw attention. So I've made a case for all 5 of these guys. And I've also thrown all 5 of those cases in the garbage all at the same. I've debunked all 5 of those cases. And like I said, this Royal Rumble is completely wide open. So as of this moment, it is right now 4:41 p.m. January 9th, Monday. Who do I see winning the Royal Rumble? This is so far-fetched who I see winning the Royal Rumble, but it makes the most sense. I've heard from countless wrestlers that Vince McMahon goes by this one motto: if I debut you in something as big as the Royal Rumble, you have to win it. Therefore, I can't debut you in the Royal Rumble. Let's look at somebody that he has debuted in the Rumble or a Battle Royal. Baron Corbin. He did it at WrestleMania and he won. Made a big splash. They haven't turned back from him yet. They've been building this guy like crazy. So it's not far-fetched that Vince would do it, but we just know his thought process behind it. So with that thought process behind it, who could they debut at the Royal Rumble that could possibly win it? Who could they debut at the Royal Rumble that you can get that marquee match out of? Because, once again, rumor has it, Vince wants to top the Kenny Omega and Okada match. Good luck, Vince. It's not going to happen. Not with the roster you have right now. It's not going to happen. But there is a guy that you can debut on this Royal Rumble that can give you a match at WrestleMania that the fans would jerk off bust just all over the place. It would be a fantastic match. And this is why I can see someone like this winning a Royal Rumble. And this embodies everything that I've said in this video. You could get a top match out of this, a marquee match out of this. You can make a star out of this. My pick to win, again, January 9th, 2017. It's now 4:43. My winner for the 2017 Royal Rumble, and this is so far-fetched. And again, I'm going to make a real prediction when we get closer to the Royal Rumble. But as of this moment, my prediction is Samoa Joe. And you put him in there with AJ Styles. There's your matchup. And I think it'll be one hell of a match if they did that at WrestleMania. You want to talk about somebody exploding on the scene and getting a huge push? I mean, they did it with defending the Balor. Why can't they do it with a Joe? And that's why I kind of sprinkled in a bit of a hint when I said AJ Styles come WrestleMania is probably going to be a babyface. Because Samoa Joe is the best heel that they have in the WWE. Bar none. And that's including Miz, and that's including Charlotte. Yeah, I know how high I am on those two. Samoa Joe is leaps and bounds a better heel than both of them. And if you have Samoa Joe against an AJ Styles, may God help you. Anyways, just throwing my thoughts out there. Hope you guys enjoy. Leave your prediction down in the comments section below. I am interested. And no, I did not forget that I need to make my pre-WrestleMania prediction card. I am going to get to that sometime this week. But again, leave your prediction down in the comment section below. I'm interested. I want to see, because like I'm on a fence with who's going to win this Rumble. It's just so wide open. I want to see what you guys think, and I want you guys to make a case for that person that you think is going to win. I'm Wiser, and I'm signing out. That's some fucking cliche-ass way to end off a damn video. Let me get up out of here.